For $1.35 you could set yourself up with stamping practice kit. That's fantastic. Hello and welcome to another video from Natasha, and this week I'm continuing with my $1 nail art from Aliexpress, and I'm going to be bringing you stamping polishes, stamping plates, stampers, and we're going to see what they're like. I have got 6 stamping polishes for you, 4 stamping plates to test and 3 stampers. Now just to give you a heads up, some of the plates have got Christmas designs on them because that's how long ago I ordered this stuff. And what I thought the best way to test the stamping polishes and also, you know, like the plates and things like that would be, I've got my usual nail pops which I've done in black and white, and I'm going to use those to test the opacity and the coverage of the polishes. I don't think these are actually advertised as stamping polishes. They are advertised just as polishes, but if you've seen one of my other $1 nail art videos, you'll see that I tested them out and the coverage looked really good, so I thought it might be worth trying them for stamping polishes. For those of you who want to give it a go but you're worried about paying a lot of money to start out just playing around with art products. Also, to test the polishes, I'm going to be using one of my favourite plates, and this is a Dixie Girl plate, or a Dixie plate, and I love these plates, they're fantastic. It is my friend Kate who owns them and creates them. I've known Kate so long that I knew before she even decided to do these, so I'm not promoting them because she's my friend, although that is a good reason to. I'm promoting them because they're fantastic. I've also got my lint roller. I prefer this for cleaning my stampers because it doesn't damage them. And I will link all of these in the description down below. So let's get started. I'm just putting a cloth out to protect my desk. And just to say, if any of these pops look a little bit funny, it's because I'm reusing them. I'm getting a bit funny about plastic waste. I'm watching so many videos about the damage it's doing to the environment. So I believe every little we can do to alter that helps, so I'm trying to reuse my pops as much as possible. So this one was pink before and I've painted over it, and if I can keep reusing them I'll do that until they've had it, because basically once I throw them they're going to go into a landfill somewhere and then just not degrade for how many ever hundreds of years. So I'm going to start with, should we start with black or should we start with something a bit more interesting? Let's start with something a bit funky. Let's start with pink. So I'm going to try and keep using the same design on here so that we have a good comparison for each of the polishes. And let's have a look. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that, to be honest. I have not had a go of these since the video and I haven't tried stamping with them. I just thought the coverage was so good they might be worth trying to stamp with. They do smell quite strong though, to be honest with you. You know, not that I go around sniffing stampers normally. Let's just try it out. That's not bad. I mean, it's great over the white. You can see it over the black, but not that much. But do you know, that's pretty good coverage. Okay, clean off the stamper. Let's go for blue. And what I'll do is I'll line these all up at the end so you can get a proper look for what they're like. Anyone else hate having to mix polishes? Okay, now it's blue. And this is metallic, this blue. I am putting quite a bit on the plate because I don't really know what I'm dealing with here compared to my normal stamping polishes. Again, fantastic pickup and coverage on that stamper. That's really impressive. Wow, I was not expecting that. Look at that coverage. That is amazing. That's going to have to go on my stamping shelf. You know, like the willow patterns, it's almost like a metallic blue version. Again, all these are going to be linked down in the description. I will do my best to link the exact sort of advert that I bought through, or the exact listing, but that's very impressive. Please don't disappoint me now, gold. If I can remember, I think the gold might have been a bit of a poor coverage before, but we'll soon see. It doesn't look quite as opaque. I don't know if this will, well, it does show up slightly on the stamper. I'm not doing a very good job. If I'd have done a better job of stamping that, that would be actually quite impressive, because I'm using Magpie gel polish underneath and it does have a very sticky sort of inhibition layer, so I think it might have smeared slightly, but I'm pretty happy with that. Don't know what you think. 76 cents these are. I did check before I started filming, so I remembered. Okay, we'll go on to silver. I don't know why I sing, it's just something I do. Let's see a pickup. Oh, this is really good. Can you see that? And I'm just going to push it straight on. Wow. I'm surprised how well that picks up, considering how, I don't know if you can see it really on the camera, but considering how heavily metallic it is, and they're quite large metallic particles, it's sort of almost glittery, that does pick up really well. This is all the same brand, which is, I said last time Lula, but apparently it's Lila? 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 I think it's Lila. And I will top coat these actually, because last time someone said they really wanted to see what the pigments looked like with top coat over the top, so I will top coat these for you at the end as well, so you get to see. Right, we're on to white and black now, which if I thought a bit better in advance, I'd have done pure white and pure black, but ew, that's a bit, well, we'll find out if it's any good. Oh, that's pretty impressive. When I had a go of these, I did think that they were so pigmented on the first layer that I thought they might be really good for stamping. And they're not disappointing, to be honest with you. Come on. Damn you, sticky layer. Because it's a bit thick, let's just double check on the stamper. Yeah, there's nothing left on the stamper in the middle bit. So just to show you, there's nothing left. So any bits where there's breaks, like here, that's because the polish hasn't gone into the stamping plate. Now I know that this stamping plate, although it's fine, a good quality stamping polish goes into all of it and produces the most amazing lace design. That's why I've picked it, because we've got the bigger areas and the finer areas. It has missed a few, but that could be because it's gone so thick, in fairness to it. Let's be completely, impartial here. It could be that it's gone so thick that that's what's happened. But still, for 76 cents, if you want to practice your stamping, you know that that picks up. So let's try the white. I'm not sure how this is going to fare, because I can tell already, just painting it on the stamping plate, that it's quite thin. But let's give it a chance. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too opaque, this one. Not sure here if it's partly the gel polish or it's the polish, but it hasn't come off nicely. It hasn't come off cleanly. I suppose if you're after like a semi-opaque or a more grey look, then that could work. Let's top coat these. I am going over the top with the Magpie because that's what I've used underneath. Oh, look. Blue's definitely my favourite. Yeah, it pops slightly when we add the top coat. Oh, that sparkles nicely. I do like that gold. Look at that, when it captures the light. Oh, that is so pretty over black. And the silver is super impressive, like the blue was as well. For 76 cents, the blue and the silver are amazing. I mean, they are like, wow. I'd like to know what the ingredients were then, because I do always recommend making sure that the ingredients of what you're buying are safe. However, they're really good. There was one other colour in the set which I think was green. I did order it originally, but it never arrived, so I can't tell you what that one's like, but for 76 cents you might want to give it a go. Let's move on to stamping plates. Now I have 4. 2 Christmassy ones, 3 smaller ones. We have this one that was 28 cents. 28 cents? Seriously? How on earth can they make it for that cost? 31 cents. That was a sort of Christmassy one. And then this one was 88 cents. It was a bit more, but it's a bigger one. And we can see that we've got all the snowflakes, stars, snowmen, all the way through, and all different little cutie things. When they arrived, I put the prices on all of them because I'd ordered so much stuff. I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget. So first we're going to need to remove that blue layer. So first thing I've noticed on one of the 28 cents ones is, I don't know if you can see this, but there's this weird, like almost like rust-like marking. There's some over here and over here. So I don't know what that is, but I guess it might be worth having a look and seeing if it affects any of the stamping. And I'm going to start with the cheapest first, so let's give this a wipe over to make sure there's no residue from my hands, because I've just moisturised them. And those marks aren't coming off, so I don't know what they are, but I'm kind of inclined to want to give the houndstooth bit a go, because if any bit was going to be challenging, it will be that one. So again, because I'm just testing the stamping plate in this situation, I'm going to use my favourite stamper, and, well, this is one of my favourite stampers, and the Twinkle Tea Black, because I know that works well. So I'm just going to paint it straight on. So we can see there's some bits where it's quite light, it's a bit patchy. And because I know my stamper so well and I know this polish so well, I'm inclined to say that it is actually the plate. There is room for error with that though, but I'm basing it on my previous experience, so you can sort of see it a bit better now. But again, 28 cents. 28 cents if you want to practice. Okay, next is the other 28 cents one. So I think we might give the stars a go, although I really like this design too, that's really nice. Let's slap some polish on. I'm going to do a bit more, just in case it's that these plates, some plates need more polish than others. That's not bad at all actually, not bad. These are the sort of plates where they're not foolproof. Looking at the way we've got some gaps around some of the stars, it might be one of those plates where you have to scrape in one direction first and then the other. Some plates are like that. If you do that, they work fine. In fact, let's just clean that plate off and give it another go in case that is the situation with this one. I'm going to scrape one way, then the other way, then pick up. It's pretty much identical, to be honest. I think it's the way it's engraved. Some of that is the way I've scraped, where I've got extra pockets, but it's actually gone worse going two different directions. So again, it's one of those where it's not bad. Let's go on to our 33 cents one. About 5 cents, let's see what a difference we get with it. This one is a Christmassy plate. So let's have a look. I kind of, I'm liking this, but I also like these, and we can give a go. We can have a go with a couple of bits of it and see what we think. Just to give them the benefit of the doubt, I am covering the whole design in polish, and I wouldn't normally do that. That picks up very well. We have some gaps, but that is quite impressive at how well that's picked up. Again, there's some gaps in it. Let's just have a little pick up of that snowflake, because that'd be nice to know if it's any good for next year, because that is a really pretty little snowflake design. Let's try those three together. Oh, they are really good. Again, a few gaps in them, but 33 cents, and these are tiny. I mean, what have I got for size comparison here? There's the designs, and there is a drawing pin. So you can see that would be really small on a nail. And finally, our most expensive, haha, 88 cents. I don't know which bit to go for here. There's so much on this plate. Do we go for the snowflakes and stars? Do we go for the little ho 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 designs? Do you know what would be a good test? That says Happy Holidays. Let's see if it can pick it up. Do you know, it's almost got it. Almost says Happy Holidays. I don't want to stamp that onto a nail because I can see that it sort of works. Let's stamp it onto here. Oh, do you know what one problem is? It's written backwards, so it stamps backwards. So you would have to double stamp this to get it the right way around. So in other words, you'd have to stamp it onto a stamper, then stamp that stamper onto a stamper, then stamp the stamper onto your nail. Or stamp it onto a stamper, then stamp it onto like a stamping pad where you've got some top coat already applied, and then apply it to the nail, but you're going to have to double work at it. Let's give the snowflakes a go, because again, these are fine designs. They've picked up really nicely. Very few gaps. Do you know, I think you can actually, for the sake of like an extra 60 cents, you can actually see the difference in the quality. But also, when you're paying the extra 60 cents, you're getting a much, much larger plate. So let's just Look at the size of this plate compared to the, were they 28? 28 cents and 88 cents. You're getting a lot more image on the plate. Next is, oh, stampers. When you message me or you say stuff and you're like, I cannot grasp it, I cannot get stamping, I've tried this, I've tried that. I bought exactly the same stamper as you, I found it in my local shop. A lot of them look exactly the same. I've got about 5 that look exactly the same as this. However, they all perform very, very differently. So the reason I have 5 and only use 1 is because the other 4 are pants. So just to give you an indication, I'm pulling Kate's plate back out here and going to apply some of the twinkled tea, scrape over, pick up. So here we go. Look how beautifully that has picked up. That's amazing. Every single little detail. I am going to use that same plate again to judge how these pick up. So the first one looks very, very similar to what I'm using. 97 cents, it comes with a plastic scraper, throw them away, they're a waste of time. That feels really nice. See that squish? Let's give it a clean off. And I'm going to use the same design on Kate's plate. Let's apply some polish. That's really good actually. Look at that. This one is one of the good ones. So that is the 97 cents one. That is my favourite one I normally use. And they are really nice. What I may do is I may put them all onto the stamper so you can see for comparison. Okay, the next one is a rectangular clear stamper. And this was exactly $1 and it's, wow, it's a bit freaky. Odd and weird and odd. Very firm. However, it comes with a semi-decent scraper. I find the best sort of scrapers, I like loyalty cards really. They're the ones that are my favourite. If they're too flimsy, I find that they tend to scrape almost the polish back out of the design. However, saying that, some designs can be a little bit fiddly. I think it's best to have a range of scrapers with you. Let's go for the rectangular crystal stamper. That is really good. So that's my favourite stamper. What you can see different between them, and this is something I've noticed with stampers, this one has more detail, and this is my favourite one, this is my regular one. Can you see how you can see the lace a lot more? It's finer, it's lighter, it's crisper. This one's holding a lot more polish. And that's just something I've found between the different stampers. I mean, it's a very pernickety thing to note, but if you can see, this looks like a much heavier image and this looks a lot more like lace. So this is my favourite and these are the two. This is 97 cents, this is $1. And then finally is the types that I see people use these and they seem to get on with them really, really well. I'm not one of those people. Again, it comes with a plastic scraper, forget it. It's one of these tiny little freaky ones. Now, when I very first got my first little stamping set, I bought a second-hand Conad set with some Conad polishes, and oh my word, I couldn't do it. You know when people say I've tried and I just can't and can't? No, I couldn't. I could not do it for love nor money. It was not happening for me. So I don't hold a lot of trust in these styles, but that was some time ago now. I've perfected my stamping a little bit. Let's see what happens. Let's just zoom right in on this baby. So yes, it has picked up. You can see it's picked up, but again, done kind of what I said with the other one, which is it's quite heavy. And if I put that next to my favourite, you can sort of see the difference in how it picks up. It's grabbing all the polish. So maybe a way around that would be to scrape a couple more times or give it another 2 or 3 seconds before you pick up. However, that's where faff comes in, and this is why when it comes to a stamper like this one and this one, really, this was an Aliexpress stamper. It was a particular seller. I think I've saved it because I loved it so much. This one's less faff than this one. As you can see, the top keeps falling out for that one. I love this stamper. This one is amazing. So I like stamping to be as easy as possible, as fun as possible, and you don't have to sort of tweak here, tweak there, scrape this way, scrape that way, pick up. That's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so just to run through these. This one here is my favourite stamper. It was about $1.50, $1.60 when I bought it. This one is similar. This was 97 cents, so that's a fantastic alternative. This one was $1. You can see that the design is a little bit heavier. It's picked up more polish, so it loses some of the definition and the delicate aspect. This little pink one down here, it was 31 cents. You know, for 31 cents, it picks up. It does pick up. It does pick up a lot of polish, so you might have to tweak it and things, but... So if you think about this here, if you're wanting to start out stamping and practice and perfect your technique, we know that that stamper for 31 cents works. We know that that polish for 76 cents works. And we know that this stamping plate for like 28 cents works. For $1.35, you could set yourself up with a stamping practice kit. That's fantastic. Do remember, if you're planning on using these on clients, do check the MSDS or the SDS sheets to make sure that the ingredients are safe in the polishes. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's a benefit to you. Please let me know if there's any more like this you want to see. I have got a couple more in the pipeline that'll be covering nail art tools and foils and things like that, so that will be coming again soon. But if there's anything you'd like to see, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below, because I do read them all. I do also need to say a huge thank you to my new channel VIPs this month, and they are Martina, Phoebe, Lisa Anderson, Jean Hale, Olivia Rivera and Emily Ship. Thank you, VIPs. And if you want to become a channel VIP, then head on over to natashalee.vip, where you'll find all the information about how to become a channel VIP and sign up, including all the reward tiers, behind the scenes access, one-to-ones, all sorts of things like that. If that's something that interests you, go and take a look now. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it and enjoy nail art, then please hit subscribe. And if you have a look next to subscribe, there's a teeny tiny little bell icon, and if you click that, YouTube will eventually let you know when I upload. However, thank you all for watching so much. I look forward to bringing you some more of these videos, and I've got some great nail art ideas. If there's anything else you would like to see, please let me know in the comments down below, including any nail art techniques, because I'm feeling a little bit like I need to do some more nail art. So thank you all for watching, you guys, and I'll see you all in a week.